Hey everybody, happy Halloween almost. It is October 16th already, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about 6 strategies to stay healthy this Halloween. The reality is Halloween is the beginning of the sugar season. So we have Halloween, then we follow it up with Thanksgiving, and then we have Christmas and New Year's. You know, holidays really should just be that one day, definitely doing things throughout the season to get prepared for holidays and so forth, but the sugar and the getting off track with your nutrition is super common at this time of year. So I wanted to touch base with you guys about 6 strategies that you can make your Halloween fun but also healthier. And the reality is that as Americans, we eat more sugar than any other country. I was just reading a statistic and it said that 25 grams, 6 teaspoons for all children 2 to 19 years old is how much we eat per day, and that's almost double than far more than the American Heart Association recommends. So you don't have to be the party crasher or the mean parent, but you can find fun ways, to make sure that you're having a healthy holiday season. So number 1, start with your diet. Make sure that you're creating activities for Halloween and so forth around activities and festivities and stuff that's going on. So we've already been to some pumpkin festivals myself, carving, setting up your decorations. My neighborhood has some awesome decorations, and so we're super lucky. So one of the things is make sure that you're telling stories and doing things like that rather than focusing all on candy and food and things like that. The second thing is start giving out smarter Halloween snacks. For many years, I've always given out Pirate's Booty and things like that. This year, I really wanted to switch it up, and I have with me what we're going to be giving out at our house. We just moved to a new neighborhood, and one thing I learned this year from my neighbors is that, with all the food allergies and things that kids have, they have this project called the Teal Pumpkin Project, and you can actually either get a teal pumpkin. They had some at Target. I got this little flag for my little flagpole that I have out front, and that means that your house has allergen-friendly items for the kids. So this is a great thing to know about, especially if you have a neighborhood that has a lot of trick-or-treaters. The thing for me is I've never given out candy in excess amounts. We always try to do candy and maybe a treat and things like that, but I love making sure that my neighborhood kids who have allergies or have something going on where they can't have sugar are enjoying this holiday too. So if you are going to be doing that, make sure you get a teal pumpkin so people know about that. So some of the things that I'm going to be giving out this year, and I have my little Halloween bucket, is we always take these little bags. I think they were 99 cents at Target for these 20 different bags, and we're going to open them up and we're going to fill them up with different fun stuff. So of course everyone loves some good vampire teeth. This is all from the dollar section at Target. This was like a pack of 20 of these for $1. This is a little box of Halloween stickers. There's 4 of them in this box. Everybody loves a good spider ring, right? So we got some spider rings, some little Halloween erasers. I also had some skulls that go on the back of the pencils. And then my husband suggested this, and I found these the other day, some bouncy balls. This is like a creepy eyeball bouncy ball. Here's another one of those. So those are fun, and they're going to go in the bag. And then this is a great thing for Halloween. So this is one of those glow bracelets, and it has a little end thing so you can wrap it around your wrist. My son's pretty little, so he goes to bed before it's dark, but if you're going to be out trick-or-treating after dark, having a glow bracelet is an awesome idea. And one of my friends who's a police officer suggested this. She said she gives them out every year, so I happened to find some of these, and so that's awesome. So we're going to hand one of these to every kid and light them up so they can see around the neighborhood. And then I also got some more other little erasers. Now, in case I run out of those treat bags, I got 50. My neighborhood's kind of small, so I think that'll be enough. I usually get Pirate's Booty or something like that. I saw that they had Boom Chicka Pop this year in the small bags. And last year we lived in a rental home, and one of the kids came up to me and was like, "Oh my gosh, I love Pirate's Booty. I love Boom Chicka Pop." Kids are usually excited for things that they're used to having. So those are just some tips to how you can give out smarter Halloween snacks. I know they have trail mix little packs out there. Again, you always want to give out packaged stuff, so that's definitely available. One of the dentists in my old neighborhood used to give out toothpaste and toothbrush. I thought that was pretty cool. So that's my second tip. The third tip is just make sure you're continuously exposing your kids to different types of food. Those kids that came up and were like, "I love Boom Chicka Pop," or "I love Pirate's Booty," it's because their parents, shifted away from the traditional snacks and things like that. They shifted away from Fritos and Doritos that all are loaded with additives and flavors and stuff that we're really trying to avoid, and try to get something healthier, and they like that. So the more you expose your kids to those things, they're going to love that. My son had his first piece of birthday cake at a birthday party this weekend, a teeny tiny piece. He's only 1.5. And you know what? I don't even think he really liked it that much. I mean, he thought the cake was great, but the frosting was just like over the top, and he was not super excited about having any more of that. So, you know, you have to remember you're developing their palate. So the more that you expose them to, the more they're gonna like those healthier treats and alternatives. So my fourth tip is to have dinner before you go trick-or-treating. So make sure that when you're going trick-or-treating, you've already eaten your meal so you're not snacking on the go. One year, my husband is kind of a funny guy, and one year he set up a hot dog stand in our driveway for all the parents so they could have dinner while we were going along. I thought that was a great idea. This year, since it's probably my son's really first year trick-or-treating, all the grandparents are going to want to come over, and of course our nanny, she's going to want to come by too. And some of our aunts and uncles live in town, so I think we're gonna end up having a Halloween party just to see my son trick-or-treat, so no pressure for him, right? But we're gonna do chili and black bean soup for everybody, so everyone can have you know, a healthy meal, and that way we're not all raiding his candy bag when he brings that back, because he definitely won't be eating much that's in that bag. Also, you can have a Halloween party. So our neighborhood's having a Halloween party, and we are having a Facebook post that's showing all the different items that you can bring for the potluck. But it doesn't always have to be about candy and sugar. So we have some people who are doing you know, healthy treats for the kids. Bobbing for apples is a great thing to do. We're having a cornhole tournament, making it fun. You know, have a costume contest and make it not about candy or prizes and things like that. We're giving away a gift card for kids under 6 because they might like different things than kids over 6 and so forth. So, you know, we're just trying to make it fun and not always focus around sugar and candy and food and things like that. And the last tip is start training them young to switch out their Halloween treats for something else, maybe an activity. You know, those bounce houses and things, kids love that. But if you start, you know, I hate to use the word training, but if you start establishing, you know, what your holiday traditions are when they're really young, they really won't know the difference. So if you haven't heard of the Switch Witch, and then someone else told me that they call it the Great Pumpkin at their house, it is a poem, and I can post a link to the poem in the comments if you guys want. But one of the things is, it also came out with a book. So this book's called Switchcrafted. And basically it's a whole story about how you can take your candy and put it on the porch the night of Halloween, and what you can do is then the kids will put all their candy out. You know, one of my neighbors, her kids are older than mine. She said she lets them all keep 5 pieces of candy. You gotta meet them in the middle. I get it. You don't want your kid to be the only one not having candy unless they have allergies and things like that. And they let them keep all their prizes and stuff like that we give out that's not candy. But one of the things that they do is they make sure that, you know, they're excited about switching. So you have this book and you start reading the story as the night is going on, or even as the month is going on. And then the kit that I bought on Amazon, because I didn't know that there was just a poem, I always thought it was a book. Basically the kit came with a cute little witch. She's right inside here. And my son's pretty little, he's not super interested in the book yet, but it also came with like a little bag. So you take all the candy and you dump it into this bag, and there's a whole story associated with it. So the kids then put the candy bag on the porch, and then they trade out the candy from the Switch Witch for something different. So maybe it's the toy they've been wanting, or maybe they've been really wanting to go and do something together as a family and you just haven't had the time, or you try to reward them with different things like that. So I thought that the Switch Witch was a great idea. You know, we're starting to introduce it to my son who's 1.5 this year, because I really want to make sure that, you know, he starts establishing these healthy habits, that we're not going to be coming home on Halloween and eating buckets and buckets and bags of candy. So a couple of things that I'd love to hear from you guys is, what do you give out on Halloween? You know, I had some great suggestions on Easter when I did a post a while ago. What do you put in your eggs other than candy? So tell me in the comments, what do you give out on Halloween? I'm always looking for new ideas. What are some of your traditions that don't focus around candy and food and things like that? And also, if you haven't seen the Switch Witch, if you want the poem, I'll stick it in the comments. You can also come by the office anytime. I printed out some copies there. Office is in South Venice, which is by right behind the Home Depot and across from the Jacaranda Library. And you can stop by and we have some copies of it printed there if you haven't had the chance to see the poem and you want to pick up a copy for your kids. So feel free to do that. So if you like this content that I'm sharing with you, I've been trying to post a lot more stuff for you guys to watch. But if you like this content I'm sharing, make sure you like my page, Dr. Lee Trico Sierra, and share this with your friends who have kids. You know, everyone's always looking for tips, and you know, know, a lot of us are trying to get healthier and trying to stay healthier, and we've all become really knowledgeable about how the dangers of sugar and things like that. So share this page with them, share this video so they know what's going on and that they have some alternatives for Halloween. And also feel free to follow my page. I post a lot of healthy tips, and you can sign up for my newsletter by either emailing me or going right onto my website. So hope everyone has an awesome, safe, and healthy Halloween. And if you want more tips, make sure you're liking my page, and I'll see you again soon. Bye guys. Happy Halloween.